What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. Okay, well, I wanted to talk about land and just what kind of sinks for DEC we can expect from land, because I ran some numbers and they were shocking. Let me just put it that way. Now, I want to preface this by saying this is all speculation. We don't really know how land is going to work. I would say we are still at the very least 7 to 10 months away from functional land. So we're going to get land 0.5 or phase 0.5 hopefully soon, and land phase 1 sometime early next year. But I would say that July next year would probably be the earliest that we get land phase 2, which is when you can actually start doing things with your land, start building, leveling up buildings or a building or getting resources, whatever the case is. You'll be able to do that at a later point in time. And we don't have any of those details yet. I have a feeling that it's probably still being thought out. But what I wanted to do was take a look at guilds as kind of a template for land, and then take a very, very conservative, scaled back approach. So when you look at guilds, you can see here that they require a decent amount of DEC to be leveled up and maxed out. And there's no guild that is actually fully maxed out yet. There's a lot of guild halls, right? But there's several different buildings. Sorry. So there's 5 different buildings here, 4 of which require DEC. So the lodge is the only one, excuse me, the lodge is the only one that does not require DEC. But each of these 4 have the same type of scaling DEC requirement. Well, I guess it's not the same across the board. You can see here for a level 10 guild hall, for example, you need 1 million DEC. But when you look at an arena, max is 1.5 million. When you look at barracks, 1.5, and I'm assuming store is going to be the same or similar. So 1.5. So there's a lot of DEC that's required. Now, with the arena, barracks, and store, you do also need something called crowns, which you earn by participating in guild brawls, right? So you need to have solid participation, you need to do well, but you do earn a little bit every single time, and you'll earn more. Again, it's a sliding scale, earn more based on how well your guild does. So here's the thing. You can see very clearly, and if we just look at the top line, right, just the top line for the hall, arena, barracks, and store, that's going to give you 1.5, 3, 4.5, so 5.5 million just to do the last levels, right? Because again, I'm not looking at what you need to get there, because a guild hall is going to require 1. There's 2.5 million plus whatever this little scrap is, maybe 2.7, 2.8 million, and that's just the guild hall. I think it tracks out to be 2.7 million. But point being is that just for the guild hall, you need 2.7 million. You're going to need similar. So maybe we do 10 million across the board for a maxed out guild hall. Again, that's a lot. Now, what am I trying to get at here for land? I think land will probably, again, speculation, but will probably have the same kind of mix of financial requirements such as DEC to upgrade, as well as participation requirements such as crowns. I don't think it's going to be crowns exactly, but I do believe there's going to be some type of proof of time, proof of participation element with lands as well. So people can't just come in, upgrade their land to, maxed out whatever if they have all the capital. They'll have to be here playing the game, and land will take a while. And I think it's good that land should take a while in order for it to max out, right? I don't think that someone should be able to do that on day one, but, maybe that's just me. I feel like if this game is around for a while, it's going to take significant capital. And that's exactly what I want to show you here. So what if we just take something super basic, right? What if it's just 1 million DEC? Just 1 million DEC to max out your land. Again, to max out a single building, the cheapest building for guilds, it's 2.7 million DEC, and probably close or over 10 million DEC across the board for the entire guild. But that has 30 people in it, right? And 30 people that can be contributing to it. Whereas land, it's just a single owner, and a single owner might own a bunch of land. So I want to be very, very conservative and just say it's going to take 1 million DEC in order for you to max out your land. Again, this is just a thought experiment. So when you do that 1 million DEC and you multiply it by how many land plots there are, and I know there might be a couple burned, but I'm just trying to give you an overall idea of where we would be at. 150,000 plots times 1 million DEC. You guys ready? That's 150 billion DEC that needs to be used in order to upgrade and max out land at 1 million DEC per plot. Now, will all land be upgraded right away? No. Like I said, I think this is going to take some time. But for full context, I want you to see just how much is in supply right now. We only have 6 billion DEC. And that at this moment in time is too much because it's causing the peg to be a major issue here. So what I'm getting excited about, and again, this is long-term thinking, and there's a lot that needs to happen before and even after this gets implemented. But we talk about the flywheel a lot. And when you think about the fact that there are no longer any faucets outside of leaderboards, which is about 7 million per month, or 7 million per season, maybe, whatever. I think it's 7 million per month. Either way, it's very small and insignificant when we're talking in the billions here. There's no faucets. The only way you'll be able to get DEC in the future, once we burn through this, and in order to get and start eating into the 150 billion DEC that we potentially need for land in the future, you're just going to have to burn SPS for it, and that's where the flywheel gets exciting. Again, this is something that I think is going to be further down the line. The team still needs to get a lot right between now and then, but just trying to give you some long-term hope as to where this project could be headed. Again, I don't think it's going to happen next month. It may not even happen next year, right? I'm maintaining that I don't think the bull run is going to be back on until Bitcoin does its other halving, which is in about 18 months from now. Like middle of 2024, we'll start the bull run after the halving happens. So, you know, if it takes that long for us to eat through this supply and start burning enough SPS that it becomes significant, right? Because there's still a lot of SPS out in the market. People have and own a lot of SPS right now. So, you know, especially large landholders, whales, whatever the case is, if they need DEC, they're probably not going to be going out and buying it. I mean, they probably will, but my point being is that people are either receiving enough SPS or holding enough SPS that it'll take a while for that flywheel to really have any kind of effect. But just the sheer numbers, the sheer magnitude of requiring something as large as 150 billion DEC for the future. Again, and land isn't going to be just like a one and done. They get, they finish it and then we're on to the next. I think land is going to be this ever evolving creature that may even have more added onto it. But even if it doesn't, 150 billion DEC, I mean, hold up. Let's just do some, 150 billion. Do I have enough zeros? Yeah, 150 billion times the peg value of DEC is $150 million that needs to come into the game just for land, right? Keep in mind that is just for land if DEC is at peg. It might be slightly lower if people decide to buy in at lower levels, or if the DEC bonds or whatever end up being a thing. But my point is that $150 million USD would need to go into land at peg value. And you think about the fact that, like, what's the market cap of SPS right now? It's like 30-40 million. Like it's not very high. So we're talking about a significant amount of capital. People aren't going to be maxing out their land right away. But in the long run, as the game continues to grow, hopefully grow, develop, and progress, that's the amount of capital that would need to come in and burn SPS in order to achieve it, because there's no other there's no other faucets for DEC. So just some fun numbers for you to take a look at. I just wanted to share that with you guys and get your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Does that make you bullish, bearish? Are you patient? Are you not patient? I would love for this to happen tomorrow. I would love to see SPS back at $1. I would love to see SPS at $10, right? But I don't know how effective and how quickly the flywheel will go into effect once we actually eat through enough supply now. But I do get excited about the fact that when land, and yes, that is the meme, when land actually does come out, there could be a significant DEC sink in it for the economy. So that's all I have for you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.